Hello, happy to see you back on QRT News. I am Huynh Ngan and let's see what we have today for the headlines. Meet the USA 2018 Central Key Economic Zone. Conference on Tourism Development in Guangnam up to 2020. Year opening and first Thanksgiving Festival of Go-To ethnic people in Guangnam. On March the 5th afternoon, Ministry of Foreign Affairs Da Nang City's People's Committee and the U.S. Embassy in Vietnam hosted Meet the USA 2018 conference at the Da Nang City Administration Center. The event is expected to bring out more opportunities on investment, connection, and cooperation between Central Vietnam's key economic provinces with U.S. partners. It has attracted the participation of representatives from 7 provinces and cities in the region, and the U.S. Business Association, more than 300 strategic scholars, researchers leading businesses in Vietnam and the United States. Mr. Bùi Thanh Sơn, Permanent Deputy Foreign Minister of Vietnam, Mr. Daniel Crittenbrink, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the United States in Vietnam, chaired the forum. Vice Chairman of Guangnam People's Committee, Lê Trí Thành, attended 4 sessions of discussion and gave messages together with a series of opportunist projects which received special interest from the forum's attendees. The conference focuses on exchanging and evaluating the prospects for development, proposing policy orientations and measures to enhance cooperation between localities in the central Vietnam with U.S. partners, especially the domains of priority such as agriculture, supporting industries, energy, tourism, training, and labor. Representatives from localities and speakers attended also brought to the forum detailed information on potential investment sectors and opportunist projects. The Central is planned as a key economic region with potential and strength in trade and investment cooperation in the fields of industry, education, and tourism. And this forum is the opportunity to connect investment cooperation and exploit these tremendous potentials.
USAID has programs throughout Vietnam, and we are very much focused on looking at the trade and growth component. We have been here for more than 20 years investing in trade and growth. As I mentioned before, the Star 1, Star 2, Star Plus, looking at different activities that facilitate trade and growth. And so we're very much in tune and aligned with the government of Vietnam's agenda for moving forward on these issues, as well as really making sure that we're reaching out to the private sector to get their inputs, and so that they can illustrate to us what it is that's most challenging for them and where they would be interested in pursuing if the following challenges were addressed. And so we're working with both groups and many more to accomplish some of these things and looking at shared value partnerships.
Although there are many similarities in geography, each locality has its own initiative with their typical advantages. During the discussion session, U.S.-Vietnam Trade and Investment Prospects period 2018-2020, Guangnam also gave specific messages on trade and investment cooperation opportunities and planning orientations of the province, with strong emphasis on the infrastructure of Chu Lai Airport, along with many potential areas for startup. Guangnam has favorable conditions for the collaboration with the United States. The Blue Whale gas field, the biggest project between Vietnam and the United States, is also in Guangnam, and this will be a motive for other infrastructure and industrial projects. Besides, Guangnam is also advantageous in terms of tourism. This is an attractive destination not only in Vietnam but also in the region. American travelers will be more crowded, therefore infrastructure linkage is very necessary. We highly agree that Guangnam introduced the Chu Lai Airport project to attract U.S. investors because this route is a very important condition for enhancing tourism and investment. In fact, Vietnam and the U.S. have many similar interests. Over the last 2 decades, trade between the two countries has increased by 100 times, according to Daniel Crittenbrink, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the United States in Vietnam. 86% of Vietnam's trade passes the East Sea in 2016 with important commodities to Vietnamese and U.S. companies, creating opportunities to build new businesses and change the future. This affirmation, together with the presence, sharing, and understanding of more than 50 U.S. businesses at the forum, is not only an opportunity for the Central Key Economic Region, but also for the two economies through efforts to maintain stable commerce relations. Celebrating the 108th anniversary of the International Women's Day, on March the 6th, the Đại Lộc District Women's Union held the 2018 Green Fair with the participation of 18 units and 360 typical members in the district. The Green Fair takes place in 2 days, 1 night, with various exciting activities, attracting the participation of many members of the Women's Union, as well as the encouraging support from the people in the district. They are booth decorations, flower art contests, the dances of March, arts programs Spring of Love, or the forum on developing Đại Lộc product brands. At the Green Fair, the booths are beautifully designed and creatively displayed with the specialties of Đại Lộc such as trà Đức, glutinous rind wine, An Bằng tea, An Nghĩa rice, Lâm Yên drum, rock snail, jackfruit, coconuts, and plenty of delicious confectionery and vegetables. Handmade products from craft villages such as conical hats, bamboo baskets, broom, incense, and rattan products meet the criteria set by the organizers. The Green Fair brings out the substantial cultural and spiritual values, being an occasion for Women's Union members to meet and exchange experiences in their working life. On March the 9th, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Lê Văn Thanh, chaired the conference to evaluate and comment on the implementation of the government's resolution number 103 and the resolution number 8 of Quang Nam Provincial Party Committee on Provincial Tourism Development to 2020 Orientation to 2025. In order to effectively implement these objectives, the action plan states that Quang Nam needs to carry out good planning and investment in tourism development, as well as the preservation and promotion of cultural heritage values. The priority task is to complete the infrastructure, especially open new routes at July Airport, attracting large-scale projects on tourism complex, shopping centers, high-quality accommodation. In addition, it is necessary to do good tourism promotion and expand the linkage with other neighboring provinces, cities, and major tourist centers of the country. For fishermen, middle of every lunar January will be the time for them to start their sea trips exploiting seafood. This is the traditional culture of the coastal residents. They celebrate the Canoe Festival, which means praying for favorable weather and peaceful ocean, getting good fishing results. The following footages is about the Canoe Festival of fishermen in Bình Minh Commune, Thăng Bình District. From very early in the morning, many fishermen of Bình Minh Commune gathered at Cá Ông Shrine to donate offerings. Ông is the honorable name that fishermen call the whale, which is originated from their belief in the whale as a sacred creature in the sea and the savior for their fishing journeys, expressing their aspiration for good weather and bumper seafood yield. In 2017, the output of marine products in Thăng Bình District is nearly 18,200 tons. The festival was held in the joyful atmosphere, attracting a large number of fishermen, creating the spunk for new seafaring season. At the same time, the festival also shows the determination of fishermen to be stick to Hoàng Sa, Trường Sa traditional fishing grounds of Vietnam, to both exploit seafood and protect the sovereignty of the sea and islands of the country. In order to create favorable conditions for people to trade in the Old Town area, rearranging street vendoring with more tourist products, on March the 8th, the People's Committee of Hội An City opened a night market on Tiểu La, Trần Quý Cáp, and Bạch Đằng streets in Minh An Ward. The first phase will have 28 blocks equivalent to 56 lots with a length of 120 meters on Trần Quý Cáp Street and 43 meters on Bạch Đằng Street. The night market operates from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. every night. This corner is intended for the arrangement of households who have been doing business in the old town for many years but were cleared and relocated in order to implement the plan of rearranging street vendors and pavement order of Hội An Hoi An ancient town. In the coming time, this night market will expand to 20 more blocks, equivalent to 40 lots on Tila Street with 130 meters long. Thus, there are 3 night markets in the ancient town of Hoi An now. They are Nguyễn Hoàng Night Market, specializing in souvenirs, Cô Nữ Ngọc Hoa Night Market, specializing in food, and the night market just opened. For the first time, the year-opening and first Thanksgiving festival imbued with Cơ-tu cultural identity was organized in Taeyang District at the heart of Pemu Heritage Tree campus. Besides educating the descendants on the tradition of preserving the forest and restoring the special cultural values of Cơ-tu ethnic minority people, the festival is also a highlight for development of tourism in the area. The first year-opening and first Thanksgiving festival in 2018 is held in Taeyang District in the core of Pemu Heritage Forest campus. In addition to the forest worshipping ritual, many funny folk games of Cơ-tu people are also restored and played originally, such as rice praying, hoopla, tugging, and so on. This festival has connected the Cơ-tu ethnic community for so many years because their lives always attached to the village and the forest. Up to now, Taeyang is the only mountainous district of Quang which still remains many rare and precious forests such as Pemu Heritage Forest or the Ukwin Forest. The restoration and reproduction of the annual year-opening and Forest Thanksgiving Festival is very meaningful in the fight of protecting the forest, at the same time revitalized the quintessence and emotional affection of the Cơ-tu generations to the forest. The initial success of the restoration and re-expression of the festival has opened a new direction for tourism development based on the community in Taeyang today. It's the end of today's news. You can rewatch the bulletin on the website qrt.vn. Thank you for your attention and goodbye for now.